The experience has been quite good, right? We as Ekart have been focusing on fashion as one of the category, right? And to find about 100 plus brands, some of the leading brands of the country, both online, offline, new age, D2C, etc., under one roof, and having got the opportunity to exchange ideas with them is really really refreshing. So yeah, it was a very good experience, and looking forward to the next one day as well. So, as you are aware, Ekart, has been part of Flipkart Group, right? And with our, sister concerns like Myntra and then Flipkart, fashion is a major, focus area for us, right? From that, there are a lot of insights that we have learned. And one of the insight which is coming out is that the consumer now does not look at one channel, right? It's a borderless world which is there, so as to say. There are when e-commerce really started, it was restricted to metros, tier 1 and those kind of segments. But now e-commerce has gone beyond that. It has gone to tier 2, tier 3, and everybody's going on to e-commerce, right? On the other hand, there was a brief lull during COVID where people were going more online and offline was going out of focus. But now that has also come back. People are going to the malls, to the shops, etc., right? So any brand will not be able to focus only on online or offline. It has to be an omni-channel play, is what we have seen, right? Now when that happens, the consumer is moving from one channel to another, right? And hence the expectation is to get a similar experience what he gets in shop versus what he gets online. So that is one of the key insight which is coming out, and that's where we have tried to focus our energies to have a seamless experience created. And let me give you some examples, right? When a consumer goes to a shop, right, he has the option of trying a product and then buying it. When he buys it online, he can buy the product and then he has the option of returning, or sometimes he does not have that option, right? So we have created offerings like open box delivery, where you go to the consumer doorstep, you show the product or you open the product, gain the confidence, and then deliver the product, right? We have a offering known as hand in hand exchange, where a consumer, let's say, wants to get a different size or a style, right? He need not return a product and then buy another product. He can just opt for an exchange, and we can go to the consumer doorstep, and just like an offline store, you can give another one product and take back the other product, right? So those are some of the insights that we have seen as the world moves towards omni-channel, right? Coming to stores, most of the stores are located in high street or in malls, right, which operate in their own way. So our supply chain is now tuned because we go and pick from each and every mall or a store practically. So we have that intelligence. What are the timings at which we need to go and pick, so that we are able to pick efficiently, right? So those are some of the insights that we are driving from Ekart to cater to the omni-channel world. So in fact, on that, on return also, we have come up with a very, very interesting three-way check process, right? Because one of the biggest problem of the industry is that a fraud product or a fraud in logistics happens, right? So what we do is that when we pick a product from a consumer at their doorstep, we do a quality check, we take a photograph of what is picked, and then when we return it back to the brand or to the seller, we again take a photograph. So you know what has been picked and what has been delivered. So yeah, that's how we are trying to solve the returns problem. See, logistics as an industry is a slightly high barrier entry kind of an industry, right? So what happens is that any brand that comes into the industry cannot set up its logistics in a country so wide as India, right? There are 20,000 odd pin codes, and then so many consumers which are there, right? So that is one of the biggest entry barrier for a brand, right? The other challenge is that a brand has to work with practically 3 to 4 partners, to get the full suite of service, right? So there is a partner who will do warehousing, there is a partner who will do delivery, right? So one of the trends which is emerging is how do you take out the pain of working, with a logistics partner, and that's where we have come up with an end-to-end supply chain service, right? So what we do is that we provide warehousing, so practically it's an end-to-end. If a brand is doing manufacturing or import, from there, we can take up the product, take to their warehouse, or we can do the warehousing. From there, we can move it to the regional warehouse. From there, we can take it to their retail store or a distributor. Or if it's an online brand, we can also take it to the consumer and give it, right? So it takes down the hassle. At the same time, when the product comes back, right, one of the biggest problem we have seen is how do you reinventarize and refurbish a product, right? So when a product comes back to a consumer, whether you can resell it again or not, right? And a lot of wastages happen in this particular leg. So what we have done is we have set up world class refurbishment centers where we can reinventarize upwards of 95% of the inventory, right? And for different product categories. So just to summarize, it's an end-to-end solution under one roof, and also we customize it as per the brand's requirement. So yeah, that is one of the trend that we are catering to.